Good morning. Today is Monday, August 31st, 2020, and welcome to Cheryl's Monday What's Up. Today is part 2 of our series on mental health. And I do want to say one thing, if you're watching these, that you need to remember I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not any of those things. I'm just a person who has bipolar disorder. And through the years I've had it, I've not only experienced a lot, but I've learned a lot. So I'm sharing my experiences with you. But during these experiences, you're going to find that I'm going to direct you to go get help when you need to go get help. So just keep that in mind. Last week, we talked about the 4 types of mental health based on what I've seen. This week, I'd like to talk about treatments for some of those. Again, group 1, you don't really need treatment because you're happy. You're our heroes. But what you can do is be there for us, and that means understanding some of what we go through, because you are the people we lean on when we're having really bad days, and we need your stability. So anything you can do, including watching these videos that might help you to deal with someone who has a mental health issue, do it. Now, group 2, the people who have had a trauma and are suffering from an acute depression or anxiety or whatever. Most of the time, counseling will help that. And it could be from a friend. I mean, it doesn't have to be a professional counselor. What you need at that level is just somebody to talk to. And if you've got a trusted friend who has some pretty good common sense, that may be the person for you to talk to. If not, if you don't have somebody like that, find a counselor, because they will direct you into how to handle those feelings and emotions. But if you can't handle those and you go into level 3, now we're talking about some serious treatments. Counseling is imperative if you're in level 3. You got to have someone to talk out these things with, because there's stuff is so messed up in your head you can't keep it straight. But you can't do that until you get medicated, because you've got to even out those chemicals in your brain so you can think straight. And so that's ultimately what I did. But I went from group 1 to group 2 to group 3 in a pretty short number of years. So you have to watch for that. And next week we're going to talk about some of the signs and symptoms you can watch for. But there are all kinds of medications you can take. There's antidepressants, there's anti-anxiety, there are mood stabilizers. I take 4, I think I told you that last week, and those 4 do a combination of things for me. They don't keep everything in line all the time. I still have outbursts. I still have great periods of depression. But they're so rare now. I've got them more under control than I've ever had them before. So if you're in group 3, start with therapy. That person will tell you whether you need to go to a psychiatrist to get medication, because they're trained to recognize it. So go through those steps, get your medication right, and then you'll be able to live a pretty normal life. Group 4. I think group 4 are the really ill people, and I don't think anything can help them except severe in-person, in the hospital counseling and protection. So if you're in one of those, or you know someone who is, try to get them the help they need before they hurt themselves or somebody else. I don't know what else you can do for those people. In the meantime, don't forget to buy my book, An Imperfect Life Based on True Events by C.A. Morgan. That's me. You know that by now. If you're lucky, in the description of this video, I managed to implant a link so you can go directly to Amazon to buy my book. You don't have to go looking for it. If I didn't get it there and you don't see it, then just wait till next week, because I might have someone teach me how to do it. I think I know, but technology, I'm old, folks. I got to figure this stuff out. In the meantime, you have a great week. We'll see you next week when we'll talk about signs and symptoms. Bye-bye.